EA Sports, and we are in the Steel City at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. The kicker, Will Reichert, has the ball on the tee, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. Here's Wilson to throw right away. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 10. Touchdown. George Pickens. 75 yards. And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now Darnold wants to change it up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4. Now Darnold. They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the 50, it's Darnold. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Again, Darnold.
Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Now they'll audible to something else.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Darnold.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Sutton.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Anytime you hear the term an explosive run, most teams I know define that as any run over 10 yards, and they got that and more. How about a lot of credit for the big guys up front? That offensive line firing out, creating plenty of space, and a big run ensued.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On second down, this is Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Jefferson moving in motion left. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Harris running straight ahead. Stiff-armed him. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Got an open man. It's Pickens. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On first down, it's Darnold. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play action. It's Darnold. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. That is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Back to throw, Darnold. Dancing to his left.
Completes it to Powell. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Darnold's going to change the play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Najee Harris. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 102 yards for him on the ground. So